At Vibra Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Vibra Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibra Finance, we are the future of crypto.
Yeah, that's right. What up, fam? I couldn't figure out how to get that shit going on the computer. So, man, shout out to Jeff Leaks for that. Fucking tight. So, back after a week, did a couple Qubic streams, but haven't been paying attention to the markets that much at all, guys. It's kind of obvious to me right now what's happening. It's right now we are in the midst of just sit and wait while institutions get everything ready for custodying stuff, getting all of their apps ready to launch. Like once these ETFs come out, they need to make sure everything is in place. This is the institutional cycle. The money's going to follow where it goes, right? It's going to come out of Bitcoin. Money will leave the Bitcoin ETFs and start flowing into HBAR, Cardano, Dogecoin, Litecoin. It doesn't matter. Those altcoins there, as soon as they start to pump, people are going to start taking profits. That's going to kick everything off. And that I think in the next 2 weeks, I think first week of October or second week is when everything's going to start happening. Everyone's going to be calling it October. I think we're going to have a first red week, and everyone's going to think it's over, just like it happened in May. Same thing in April. The first week of every month, super red, and then we seem to pump. But I think this is it. It's go time. I mean, Bitcoin has got to start making a move here. And what do you know? Looking at EHEX, up 20%. People are so stupid in crypto, guys. I'm done taking advice and like actually having stupid people affect the decisions I do. So few people actually take time and do research and come up with very intelligent, well thought out streams. You know, there's 10 people I can actually watch and learn from. Otherwise, you're just being distracted. You're wasting your time. And what do you know? You know, that manifestation right there. Rue Black, one of the best out there. His streams with our boy Maximus, another GOAT in the research utility world. These are the guys you want to follow. And they're not the ones that get all the publicity in the mainstream. Why? Because Ripple and Stellar and Hedera, they don't pay people to shill their shit. You know, the HBAR Foundation, they were paying a lot of people early, and look what happened. It turned into a disaster. So they had to reshape that foundation, and things are changing quick. XDC, they're not paying people to shill. Flare, they're not paying people to do anything. Like, we shill this stuff because we believe in it. Stronghold and Crypto Banker SHX and the people putting out Stronghold videos for years. No one's paying us to do this shit. There's no money in this, guys. And it's sad to see the mainstream people and how far astray they lead their followers with zero fucks given. And that's terrible. And what's going to happen is when the utility coins start to pump, they're going to magically say all along, oh yeah, guys, we knew this was a great coin, we knew this was coming, but I just didn't want to talk about it when the time to buy was a year ago when I was fudding you and fudding the project. But I'm sorry, now we can ride this up. It's crazy, guys. And it's funny too. Some of the other altcoins like Hire and BioFi, they came from Crypto Sensei. And I found him, he had a big following, a private group. He was well connected. Projects go to him. But now I realize projects go to him because he can provide exit liquidity. All the projects he shilled were all money grabs. None of them were here for the long run and to be sustainable. So I feel like the 8 or 10 altcoins that I talked about over the last couple of years that I thought were good projects and believed in, they came from other people. They weren't coins that I found myself. And almost everything that I found myself, except for like Casper and Alliance Block, those are like the only two that are kind of faded into oblivion. But other than that, we've been spot on. So to hit on almost everything but 1 or 2 projects, we're crushing it, guys. And Qubic is the next one. What up, Bets? Good to see you, my man. Yeah, Blackout Edition. Yeah. So, Rhett, you have to just go on to that website. So I did the stream on Friday, and Wolf came on and he talked about it, or Saturday, I think, whatever it was. Yeah, it was Friday. And you just got to go to that website. And honestly, Revo just started doing it. He posted something on Twitter about his go into it, but it wasn't going too well. So I don't think he had gotten anything yet. But I think what I am told is you just go and start a web wallet on Qubic.org, and then you go to the website. All right, where it was right here. You go to the Qubic mining website, and then you log in with your wallet. And then I don't know exactly how you do it, but it's doable. So I would just rewatch that. Just go to that part of the stream where Wolf starts talking about it. I think, though, he put the website in the chat actually to go to. But yeah, guys, you can mine Qubic for free. But honestly, I'm not worried about that. Right now, I'm worried about the staking. And a lot of people have been nervous about it. But guys, Qubic is the one. I'm the most bullish on Qubic as I am. Like Qubic, Stronghold, Flare, XRP, Hedera, like Dovu, Velo, Pulse Chain. Like these coins are all on the same list. But Qubic with QEarn, all right, that's where you go to stake your coins. And people have been saying, guys, I can't see anything. I can't see anything. I thought the same thing. I staked my whole bag in July and I couldn't see anything. But I wasn't giving it a long enough time. The website is really, really slow. So once this happens here, you load in, you go to your dashboard here, or no, you go to locking and go to locking history and just let it sit here. See, it says no data available. But I'll just let this sit for a couple minutes. It took 5 minutes last time, and it showed everything. So I know a lot of people stake their Qubic Q on QEarn. So, bro, I'm getting like on average 14% APY. So the mining it for free, like I'm not even worried about it, bro. I'd rather just earn the interest and the passive income. And that way, you're going to make more. Yeah, bro. Anytime, man. Got to shout out the good people here that bust their ass, put out the best alpha, and don't get the credit they deserve. We got to support the good people out here. What up, Luke? There we go. Ryu. What's up, my man? So yeah, bro. That's just if you want, bro, just go back and rewatch it. But if you're staked on Q earn, that's all that matters, bro. And you can always buy some of the other assets that pay passive income. I mean, my like Q Vault is it's too expensive now. I don't know if the Q earn shares, like I got mine for 20 million. And right now they're 28, but I don't think that pays much passive income. I'm only getting a little bit from my Q cap and my Q Vault. But there's only 676 Q Vault. So I'm focusing on the ones I can get that only have 676 shares because these are super rare. And I got mine for 400 million and now they're 600 floor. So I'm not selling that. It's providing passive income, but at any time in the future, if this goes up to like, I don't know, 1.5 or 2 billion, damn well I'm selling that thing. And I'm going to just take that Qubic and stake it. But the thing though, if you want to stake your Qubic, guys, you got to do it soon because in the future, the rewards, they are falling for each year. I think the first year there was like 150 billion that were given to staking. The next year was 100. The next year is 50. And then I think after that, it really shrinks. So, now is the time to take advantage of it. Guys, Qubic is a long-term play. You need to stop with the short-term mindset. I'm going to sell the top. I'm going to get back in. With certain projects, don't even play that game. Have your bags, your altcoins you're going to sell and take profits when they blow off top. Yes, great idea. But stuff like Qubic, is it worth the risk when you can take your bag and earn Qubic that will not be there forever? Like it's a deflationary project, and every project that comes out burns Qubic. In the future, if you want to use the AI, you have to buy and hold Qubic. So we're going to be able to lend it out in the future to make money on. So many cool things coming with Qubic, guys. So exciting. Get your bag and see how this is still stuck here. Like it will eventually load. I promise. It did before. But yeah, look at GPU. I bought Sentio. I swapped some of my bag a while ago for that other one. And that was a dumb idea. So I swapped it back into GPU and actually bought more a couple days ago down at like 15, 14 cents. I don't know why. I just had I think someone was talking about this project and how it's actually because of the need for compute, just the ability to rent it here is going to be super needed. So I think Node AI might have some more pump in it. And like this thing ran up to in a couple dollars. And we bought it at 4 cents. So I was down to like 1,500 coins because I took a lot of profits on it when it was up here at a couple dollars. I was selling a couple hundred at a time for like $500. I think I bought 6,000 coins for $250. So to sell 200 for $400, I think I did that about 10 times. But that's what you got to do. And now at the bottom, load up because GPU is making moves again. This was one of the fastest first runners when AI started running in February, March last year. I think it's going to be one of the same runners again. And Kaido too, leading the charge for decentralized science, one of my favorite narratives. And look at eHex. Everyone gave me so much shit when I said to swap your eHex for Hex. When Richard Hart killed it, allegedly. Back here. in March of 2024. Richard killed eHex, and then it rolled over again. And I posted a screenshot right here in November when it was 10-1. I sold 60,000 hex for like 590,000 eHex. So I'm at almost 1 million eHex, and I think I had 80,000 or 80 or 90. I think I had 90,000 hex. And I swapped 30 of them here. And I got, I want to say 180, and then got 600 down here, and then bought a little more or had a stake come due or something. So I got 1 million eHex, and now I can swap it back for 333,000. So my 90,000 has more than 3x with doing nothing. And I have a bag of eHex that I didn't have before. That's the ratios. We did it with Pulse and Pulse X. When it was one Pulse got you 3.8 Pulse X. I told you guys we did it. I showed you on stream. I swapped 100 million, all my Pulse for Pulse X, and just let it sit. And like 9-10 months later, I got back my 100 million Pulse, and I had 175 million Pulse X left over for free just from playing the ratios. So you don't even have to move out of the core 4 to make money if you know what you're doing. Playing the ratio trades. You don't have to buy and sell and catch the tops and sell the and buy the bottoms. No, just play the ratios. And I think this is going to keep moving, guys. We're going to come back up here to where it was before the FUD at almost 2-1. So at that point, if it comes up here to 0.5, I'll have a 500,000 hex and a 500,000 eHex from my 90,000 I started with. Think about how wild that is. That's how out of whack this got down here. And now do you see how you use the FUD events when there's blood on the streets as opportunity? If you could have had a crystal ball back here when it was 10-1 and 100,000 hex got you 1 million eHex, what would you have done? Knowing, right, not even a year later, not even 10 months later, it's 3-1. So that's how you make money in crypto without taking risks. When you're in an ecosystem and you have conviction. Smart. Yup. The RS0 is the blue chip of DeFi, in my opinion. It's bio because Binance is pushing it so hard and really shilling it. Bio's getting a lot of love on Twitter. But Research Coin, Brian Armstrong's project, is the blue chip, in my opinion, of DeFi. That's one you want to just hodl. Like, yeah, it's going to be super volatile, take profits, but I think it's a longer term hold too. To take like 15, 20% of your bag and just hold it and sell 80% up near the top because of the potential. You know, you don't want to take that risk for some of these really, really, really good projects that no one knows about now, but they will be household names in the near future. Shocking stat of the day. The US dollar is now on track for its worst year since 73. Since 2000, the dollar's lost 40% of its purchasing power. All as the Fed cuts rates into a 2.9% core PCE inflation for the first time in 30 years. Gold and Bitcoin know what's coming next. I would say more Bitcoin knows because gold seems pretty topped out. I think 4K is it. But who knows? And when gold tops, that's when crypto starts to really run. So we don't want to see gold keep going up. We want to see gold kind of stall out. That means crypto is on. Our gold reserves now exceed $1 trillion for the first time in history. Wow. That just means our dollar, if this is all right here, that 40% the dollar lost since 2000. So yeah, I'm sure we added some gold, but shit, 40% of that. So we went from 200 to 600. That's crazy. The turf war is over. CFTC chair Caroline Pham says as agencies look to work together on crypto. Guys, guess where Caroline Pham came from? Ripple. It's a new day. The CFTC and the SEC have been in a turf war over crypto regulation for years. But the acting chair, Caroline Pham from Ripple, said it's a new day and it's over. Lawmakers are working on a bill to regulate the crypto industry at large called the Clarity Act. I don't think it's going to be here till next year, guys. They're going to delay it and fight over it and purposely give certain projects a head start. They need to funnel liquidity into certain assets to offset the flood of treasuries and liquidity that is, or the liquidity crisis that's coming. They need to have a solution for it. And Japan will unwind. I promise you. We're going to have a nice little pump up, but as soon as we cut rates 1 or 2 times, it's over. Japan's fucked. And that's when everything that we've been talking about for years starts to get rolled out. And when XRP starts to make its move. Kraken now closed a $500 million round. So they're going to be IPOing. And we've been talking about them since 2022 when we knew they were going to become a neobank. And they were going to have their banking license, banking charter, ability to buy and sell crypto. And we saw that they were working with the government for digital dollars or CBDCs. But now that we scratched the CBDCs, Kraken's going to be working with the government with whatever they are. Trump dollars, whatever the UBI is. If it's the US digital dollar, who the hell knows? But Kraken is here to stay. So that's the exchange I use the most now. I love Kraken. You got stuff on and off super easy. They don't hold up stuff. You know, Coinbase, I heard, has been holding people's money, delaying shit. Kraken hasn't been doing that for me at all. XRP ETF seen to drive price to $5 by the end of the year. Let's go. I'll take a $5 XRP by the end of the year. You know, I started buying it at 18 or 22 cents was my first buy-in in 2020. And I chose Capital, and I bought all the way up to about 40 cents. And now if we hit $5, I'll take that. And guys, once XRP moves above like this $3 where we're stuck at now, that's when you know it's not retail driving the price. All right, we are not going to be able to do shit to the price of XRP. It's going to be actual demand and use of the asset. Using it to settle, using it for cross-border transactions. You know, who knows? What's it going to be? DTCC, Swift. It's all coming. You know, the rabbit holes into securrency that the DTCC purchased. And when we look at that guy, Dan, he worked at the Stellar Development Foundation and was working at Ripple too. So these guys all worked on the technology that they're going to be using. And they make it look like it organically happens, but it's not organic. None of this stuff's organic, guys. It's all part of a, I think, 30+ year long plan to roll out this new digital system. And there's going to be a catalyst for it, believe me. There's going to be some kind of crazy, either black swan or liquidity crisis, which I think it's going to be when the reverse carry trade unwinds. Jake Claver, he's going live at 10 o'clock. Definitely check out his stream tonight. He'll tell you exactly what's going on. He works and has relationships with so many people in the industry. That's who you want to listen to. And if this right here, I think is perfect. a potential shutdown of the government. And this could get people nervous again. We close out the month a little red. It's Rectember. Everyone thinks it's going to change in Pumptober, but now we have a potential shutdown. And who knows? Maybe, you know what? What's October 2nd, Thursday? So yeah, that, I don't know. Maybe they'll fake it. It'll go through the weekend. And I think, I'm telling you, October 8th, 9th, we're going to start to move again. It's happened every month. The first week is red. And if we have a red month in October, I just don't know, guys. Like, it just, I was listening to Mike Novogratz and some other really smart guys on Raul Paul's stream and a couple others. I did a lot of, we're doing housework the last week. We did a lot of painting, put a new kitchen floor in, fixed up the bathroom a little bit. So I was just listening to a lot of different streams, and nobody knows what's coming in 2026. Like Mike was like, guys, I could make a perfect argument that we're going to have a super cycle and we're going to just slowly just rise all through 2026. We're having a new Fed chair step in that's going to be doing whatever Trump wants. Powell's going to be out of here. And he's like, I could also make a case that U.S. debt is the high, or credit card debt is the highest it's ever been. The jobs reports are just abysmal. We're in a complete recession and it's going to get worse. So we can make arguments for both sides of the story. Nobody knows what's coming. That's why we just have to be prepared. We have to just own the best assets. We know what they are. I have the conviction. I spend hours and hours and hours a day trying to listen and find stuff going against what I think is going to happen. How could I be wrong? If it's not Ripple, if it's not Stellar, if it's not Hedera, if it's not Flare now. And that's another thing that I wanted to talk about tonight is Flare, what they're doing now. Now, I'll play this video quick. It's really good.
There's a lot of people out there who have been waiting for years, who have been receiving the flare drops for years, and finally coming up to this moment is just truly amazing, man. Thank you for everybody, obviously, in here pushing also and sending a message to all of the other people from the XRP community too. I mean, everybody did their part, and it's just amazing to see this unfolding. And guys, don't think this is just all it. Like, oh, we have this big announcement, then it's all over. Guys, if I look at the bigger picture here, a whole economy is going to be built on the Flare network. It's not just app asset, guys. The whole insurance world is going to be on the Flare network. You have gaming who are going to be on the Flare network because you have the oracles, you have smart contracts, you can build games on top of that. You can do so many things with Flare, guys, and this is just the beginning. Man, it's going to get crazy. I mean, we've come a...
Yep. And guys, one thing I noticed too, with the Flare community and the people there, it's a different kind of investor. People that are in the Flare community, they understand the long-term vision. They understand that DeFi and being our own banks, that's the future. That's where this is all going. And I've been talking about Flare since my first stream in freaking 2021, talking about the upcoming Flare drops and the snapshot that just happened in December of 2020. And it's been 3 years almost now. We've been getting the Flare drops. So I think there's 5 more left. The next one's in 2 days. But almost all the Flares out. But there's no real meme. There's a couple meme coins there, but it's just not the network. No one gives a shit about meme coins over there. It's people that care about DeFi and utility. And what's coming, guys, with the F assets is incredible. And what's really cool is we all use the Zaman wallet for our XRP. They are building a direct bridge from the Zaman wallet right to Flare, like basically an oracle. So you'll be able to just go from your Zaman wallet. You'll be able to mint your FXRP and earn, I think, 5% through Flare. So imagine earning 5% on your XRP, right? And I think personally, it's going to $100 a coin. You can laugh all you want, but whatever. Say it gets to $200 a coin, right? And you have 10,000 XRP. What's that right there? 1,000 coins is what, $2 million? And you make 5% on that, that's $100,000 a year. So if you can get at 200, I think you need 10,000 coins at $200. And you'll have I'm pretty sure, or whatever, guys. It's just, this is the start. There's going to be so much money that comes into here. Like today, I just found out about SparkDex. I didn't even know they had a token. So I came over here and I have like all my Flare is staked, but I got my last drop and the interest from this month. So I had like $150 or something. And I swapped it into the SparkDex here and then staked it. So I got my X Spark, and then right here, you put it in, and now you just start earning 18.5% right now is when the next epoch starts. I did it this morning. So instead of just holding my wrap Flare, earning the little bit for the epoch, I bought a little bit of this because a lot of money is going to come in here, guys. There's a perp dex that's coming, a launch pad. Like, guys, we have just scratched the surface of what's coming here. So coming in and getting in early to this shit, this is the opportunity right here. Let me see, actually, on CoinGecko. I think that's where they had SparkDex. Yeah, that's the Spark token. And I swear we were supposed to get an airdrop of Spark tokens too for XRP, but maybe not. I don't know. So yeah, it launched in July of this year. What? Maybe, all right. So maybe it just launched recently. I don't know, but it came out at 2 cents and now it's like just at 4. So it's only a $37 million market cap. You know, what's the downside risk from here? I mean, shit, this thing is just slowly moving. The supply is pretty much all out, so it's not going to just inflate. So I bought a little bit and locked it up here. And then when you want to convert it back, you have to wait 15 days. If you want to do it instantly, you pay a penalty, or you have to wait like 2 weeks to get it back. But whatever, I don't care. I'm going to just leave it there and just let it grow and appreciate. Like, who knows, guys? A couple $100 right now at this. So you get what's that? 25 tokens per dollar. So 2,500 tokens for $100. You know, imagine if this goes up to $1, $2. Like, who knows where this can go? And then you're earning 18% on that. You imagine you throw $1,000 into that, and this thing goes to $1, and you got 25 grand, and now you're earning 18%. Like, guys, this is the future. This is the passive income opportunities to where you don't even need to worry about the fucking bull markets, bear markets. Like, you want to find these platforms and these ecosystems that are here to earn yield. And they're going to, and as more money comes in here and gets parked here, the price of Flare and these assets are going to start to stabilize as a shitload of liquidity comes on. Yo, what up, Mega Max? Good to see you, bro. Yeah, bro, holding it forever, getting our airdrops. Yeah, exactly, bro. You get 10,000 XRP. Yeah, at $100, yeah, that's $1 million. So at $200, that's $2 million. Just swapping it into FXRP and getting 5% on that, you can live off $100,000 a year. If you can't, then you better get 30,000 XRP. And now you have $150,000 a year. Guys, this is the future. Like, this is coming. You know, and this is just one asset right here. And Qubic, another one. Man, why is this shit not loading? Well, it did the other day. I don't know. Oh, well. But, guys, so this right now, this epoch is 16%. So It's a year-long lockup. So if you have 1 billion tokens right now, which is like $1,500, and you can get 15%, it's 150 million tokens. If Qubic does a 6x from here, that 150 million you can sell and get back your initial investment. And now you're free rolling in Qubic forever. Flare is going to allow us to do so much. Let's just go through this. F assets are now live. F assets are Flare's protocol for turning non-smart contract cryptos in like XRP, Dogecoin, Litecoin, Bitcoin, Filecoin into assets that can be used in DeFi on Flare and beyond. They are one-to-one representations secured through an over-collateralized system of independent agents and secured by Flare's enshrined data protocols. The result, non-smart contract assets gain access to the full potential of Flare's composable decentralized finance ecosystem, including DEX trading, lending, stablecoin mining, liquid staking, and other use cases. Once minted, FXRP can move freely across Flare's DeFi ecosystem. The most direct way to acquire FXRP is to mint it yourselves. Acquire XRP. Withdraw it to a wallet like Bitfrost. And pretty soon, Zaman is going to have this. And then you're going to be able to go right to Flare through a dApp in the Zaman wallet. At launch, FXRP incentives will be directed to the following pools. Kinetic FXRP supply target APR of 5%. But I'm not going to be doing liquidity pools. The only thing I might do is take out a loan against it, but I don't need to right now. But say XRP goes to like $10 or something, and you want to pull out like 10, 20 grand. I mean, I don't know if I want to, I don't even know if I want to do that, honestly. I'd rather just take profits in other cryptos because a lot of people in XRP are just like XRP and XLM HBAR. They're only in certain coins, but us here, we're going to make such big gains on Hex and Titan X and Morpheus and some of these other altcoins that these people are just oblivious to. Imagine what PTGC is going to do. We already saw it do what, a 5,000x or something. Wrap Bitcoin. Imagine if that starts to pop off and it hits $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 a coin. The narratives coming behind that. I'm going to do a stream on Pulse Chain tomorrow night and just how stupid people are for even doubting it right now. I mean, if you just look at all the facts, I'm going to go through them. And if you just compare and go back and look at Ethereum from when it launched and look at Pulse Chain when it launched, like that's when you need to think, okay, if I got into ETH early and got in 2016 and held through the FUD and all the nonsense, and it went to $4,000 a coin, no one would have ever thought that when it was 7, 10, 25 cents a coin. So imagine where Pulse Chain is going to be 8 years from now, 7 years from now. So that's why you need to have a long-term vision. You got to believe in Come From Beyond and Qubic. You got to believe in David Schwartz and the XRP ledger. You got to believe in Dr. Lehman Baird and Martin for Hashgraph and Hedera. You got to believe Richard Hart, one of the richest founders in the world, is going to end up doing something great. You got to believe in these founders. And it just shocks me that people are fudding Pulse Chain and sleeping on it. So tomorrow night, we're going to do a good Pulse Chain stream because I'm telling you guys, people are fucking stupid. All right, I'm here every day. I've seen it all. And I'm telling you, there's about 30 projects, 50 projects max that are worth investing in, where people are here to build for the long term. They have a long-term vision. They're not just max extracting and planning to leave and pull a B roots. So that is all I got for tonight. Tomorrow, it'll be a good one for tomorrow night, guys. Like, it's when I just go through the list of stuff I have here, you're gonna be FOMOing into more Pulse and more RH core coins tomorrow night. I promise you. So smash that like button, fam. And we'll see you tomorrow night.
At Vibra Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Vibra Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibra Finance, we are the future of crypto.